Most people with varicose veins move through the exact same sequence. Spider veins show up, you ignore them.
The veins get more visible, you buy a cream. The bulging starts, you finally see a specialist, get a referral for surgery.
Surgery happens, 2 years later, the veins are back. That is not bad luck. That is what happens when you treat what you can see and leave the cause completely untouched. Here is what almost nobody tells you. Varicose veins are not a skin problem. They are not even primarily a vein problem. They are a system failure, a breakdown in the mechanics of how blood actually moves through your legs. And that failure has specific, addressable causes. When you understand those causes, you can do something real about them. If this kind of clear, practical health information is what you're after, subscribe and hit like. It helps more people find this channel. And the goal here at Dr. Waterling is 200,000 subscribers. You're part of getting there. My Telegram channel is where I post health checklists and practical deep dives. Scan the QR code on screen right now to grab them. So let's go back to the beginning.
What actually is a varicose vein? A varicose vein is a vein that has stretched out and lost its shape.
Inside every vein, there are tiny valves, small flaps of tissue that work like one-way gates. They let blood move upward toward your heart and snap shut so blood can't slide back down. When a valve weakens, blood pools behind it. Pressure builds inside the vessel, the wall bulges outward. That twisted, visible vein under the skin, that is a valve that stopped doing its job. Now think about the physical challenge your leg veins are dealing with every single day. Your heart pumps blood downward through the arteries. That part is easy, gravity helps. But getting blood back up from your feet to your heart, that is a climb of roughly 4 to 4.5 feet in the average adult. Your heart has no direct role in that return trip. The job belongs to two systems, those valves and your leg muscles. Every time your calf muscle contracts, it squeezes the vein like a pump and drives blood upward. The valve closes so it can't fall back. The muscle relaxes, the vein refills from below, and the next contraction sends it higher. That is how the blood gets home. If either system, valves or muscles, breaks down, you get stasis. Blood sits still, pressure builds, walls stretch. So what breaks the valves? There are three main mechanisms, and most people have never heard of the first one. The first cause is pressure from above. The organs in your lower abdomen sit directly above the major veins that drain your legs. When those organs are heavy, displaced, or prolapse downward, they press on the large pelvic veins beneath them. That compression creates a partial blockage. Blood trying to climb out of your legs hits resistance at the top and backs up. Pressure throughout the entire leg vein system rises. Pregnancy does this. Chronic straining on the toilet does this. Repeatedly lifting heavy loads does this. Anything that pushes abdominal organs downward adds to the burden your leg veins are already carrying. The second cause is a structurally weak vein wall. Vein walls are made of collagen and elastin fibers, the same proteins that give your skin its elasticity. In some people, those fibers are thinner than average from the start. This is called connective tissue dysplasia, an inherited tendency for connective tissue to be more fragile than normal. People with this pattern often notice unusually flexible joints, a history of easy sprains, and varicose veins that appeared early and spread quickly. On top of genetics, vitamin D deficiency weakens the vein wall because vitamin D is essential to collagen production. A shortage of bioflavonoids, plant compounds that reinforce the vessel wall and reduce its leakiness, accelerates the breakdown further. And chronic low-grade inflammation in the surrounding tissue, often driven by diet, slowly erodes the wall's structural integrity over time. The third cause is thick blood. Blood viscosity, how thick or thin your blood runs, directly affects how hard your veins have to work. Thick blood moves slowly, builds pressure, and stresses the walls. The single biggest driver of blood viscosity in otherwise healthy people is dehydration. Not severe dehydration, chronic, mild underhydration that most people carry around every day without realizing it. Now let's get into the 5-step plan. Each of these steps targets a specific part of the problem. Together, they work as a system. Step 1, improve blood fluidity. The medical term is hemorrheology. the science of how blood flows. Better hemorrheology means lower pressure on vessel walls and lower risk of clot formation.
The starting point is water. For someone with varicose veins, the minimum is 30 milliliters of water per kilogram of body weight per day.
If you weigh 150 pounds, about 68 kilograms, you need roughly 2 liters. If you weigh 175 pounds, closer to 2.5 liters. And this means water, not coffee, not tea, not juice, not soup, water. Coffee and tea don't count because caffeine is a diuretic. It makes your kidneys excrete more fluid than you took in. The drink goes in, but your body ends up with less water than before. That does not mean you need to quit coffee. It means every cup is a reason to add an extra glass of water to your day. 2 natural substances are worth adding here because they both improve blood flow and act as venotonics, compounds that help vein walls contract and hold their shape. The first is turmeric. Turmeric contains curcumin, which reduces inflammation in the vessel wall, inhibits platelet aggregation, meaning it makes platelets less likely to clump and form clots, and improves circulation in the smallest blood vessels. This is not folk medicine. This is pharmacological research. Half a teaspoon of turmeric added to any warm meal each day is a meaningful therapeutic amount. The second is ginger. Ginger contains active compounds called gingerols and shogaols. They reduce blood viscosity, improve flow in the microcirculation, and have a direct anti-inflammatory effect on vessel walls. A documented approach that shows real results in clinical practice.
Slice fresh ginger root, pour boiling water over it, add a wedge of lemon, pour it into a thermos,
and sip it evenly throughout the day. The key word is throughout, not all at once. That keeps the concentration of active compound in your blood stable rather than spiking and crashing. Step 2, reduce tissue swelling in the legs. This one is less obvious, but it matters enormously. When the tissue surrounding your veins is waterlogged and puffy, it compresses the vein from the outside. Blood has a harder time moving through a compressed tube. The vein works worse. The swelling worsens, the swelling presses harder on the vein, it becomes a self-reinforcing loop. The worse the swelling gets, the more the vein walls are stretched and damaged. Edema isn't just a symptom, it is an active contributor to the disease process. To break that loop, we need to gently encourage the body to release excess fluid. Not with harsh prescription diuretics, which can cause rebound swelling and potassium depletion. Instead, we use targeted, natural approaches. The most effective is dandelion leaf extract. Dandelion acts on the kidneys to increase urine output safely and without depleting your body's essential potassium stores. It allows the swollen tissue in your legs to slowly drain, taking that heavy external pressure off the venous walls. You can easily find dandelion leaf as a simple tea. 2 cups a day, 1 in the morning and 1 in the early afternoon, is usually sufficient to see a reduction in ankle swelling.
Just remember to avoid taking it in the evening, or the diuretic effect will interrupt your sleep cycle.
Step 3, structurally reinforce the vein wall. This addresses the collagen issue directly. If your connective tissue is genetically fragile or damaged by inflammation, you need to provide the raw materials to rebuild it. The most critical building block here is vitamin C, but it must be combined with bioflavonoids to work on your veins. Vitamin C is essential for collagen synthesis. Without it, your body simply cannot repair the microscopic tears in the vein walls. But vitamin C alone isn't enough. It requires bioflavonoids to cross into the vascular tissue effectively and stay active. Rutin and hesperidin are the 2 most heavily researched bioflavonoids for vascular health and vein integrity. They are found naturally in the white pith of citrus fruits, the exact part of the orange that most people peel off and throw away. But for a therapeutic dose, you need a supplement. Look for a complex containing 500 milligrams of vitamin C and 500 milligrams of rutin. Taken daily, this specific combination literally thickens and strengthens the walls of your veins from the inside out. Step 4, activate the mechanical pump. The circulatory system relies entirely on movement to function properly. You cannot successfully treat varicose veins while sitting still at a desk or on a couch for 10 hours a day. Your calf muscle is literally your second heart. We need it pumping forcefully and regularly to drive that blood upward. The ideal exercise for this is not heavy weightlifting, which actually increases abdominal pressure and worsens the veins. The ideal, most effective exercise is brisk walking. 30 minutes a day, uninterrupted, at a steady pace. With every step you take, your calf contracts, squeezing the deep veins and forcing the pooled blood upward toward your heart. If you work at a desk, you must integrate micro movements into your routine. Heel raises are your absolute best tool. Every hour, stand up and perform 20 heel raises. Lift up onto your toes, hold for 1 second, and lower down slowly. This simple, tiny action clears the stagnant blood from your lower legs immediately and resets the pressure. Alongside movement, we also need to use mechanical compression to assist the failing valves while they heal. Medical-grade compression stockings act as an external layer of muscle, holding the vein walls together. They provide graduated pressure, meaning they are tightest at the ankle and gradually loosen as they go up the leg. This mimics the natural pumping action of your muscles, ensuring blood doesn't pool in the lower extremities. But they must fit perfectly. If they are too tight at the knee, they act like a tourniquet and make the problem worse. You must put them on first thing in the morning, ideally before you even get out of bed. You have to get them on before gravity has a chance to pull fluid down and start the swelling process. Now, let's move to step 5. This is where we repair the damage while you rest. Step 5 is overnight venous drainage. You spend a third of your life in bed. If you sleep completely flat, gravity is neutral. It's not hurting your veins, but it isn't actively helping them either. But if you elevate your legs just slightly above heart level, you turn gravity into a healing tool. Place a firm wedge pillow under your mattress at the foot of the bed. Do not just stack regular pillows. Regular pillows shift and bend your knees, which can actually block flow. 6 inches of elevation is all it takes. This continuous, gentle incline allows the deep veins to completely drain of pooled blood. More importantly, it gives those damaged, overworked valves a full 8 hours of absolute rest without any pressure. It also significantly reduces the inflammatory markers and tissue fluids that build up during a long day of standing. Now that the physical mechanics are covered, we must talk about the silent saboteur of vascular health: your diet. Specifically, hidden sodium. Most people consume triple the sodium their body actually needs. Excess sodium acts like a sponge, pulling water directly into your bloodstream and holding it there. This artificially increases your total blood volume. More fluid volume means more intense, relentless pressure on your vein walls. You must ruthlessly cut out hidden sodium. That means absolutely no ultra-processed foods, canned soups, or deli meats. Instead, you need to drastically increase your intake of potassium-rich foods to counteract the damage. Avocados, dark leafy greens like spinach, and sweet potatoes are incredibly dense in bioavailable potassium. Potassium commands your kidneys to flush out the excess sodium and fluid, instantly reducing that internal venous pressure. And what about sugar? Sugar is just as damaging to your vascular system, but in a completely different way. Refined sugar spikes your insulin levels aggressively. Chronic high insulin directly damages the endothelial lining. The endothelium is the delicate inner skin of your veins. When it's damaged, the vein becomes stiff, inflamed, and prone to rapid dilation. Eliminating all liquid calories, sodas, juices, and sweetened coffees is the fastest fix you can make for your endothelium. So let's take a step back and review the complete 5-step system we've built today. Step 1, improve blood fluidity with aggressive hydration and natural spices. Step 2, reduce tissue swelling with dandelion leaf. Step 3, structurally reinforce the wall with vitamin C and rutin. Step 4, activate the calf muscle pump with daily walking. And Step 5, utilize overnight drainage. This is a comprehensive, interconnected biological system. If you only do one step, you will fail. They work together synergistically. You cannot outwalk severe dehydration. Now, what should you actually expect when you implement this? In the first week, your legs will simply feel lighter. By week 2, you will notice that the heavy, tight evening swelling around your ankles will significantly decrease. By week 4, the deep, throbbing pain and nighttime cramping should virtually vanish. The visible, bulging veins will not disappear overnight. Do not expect cosmetic miracles in 30 days. But they will stop progressing, and over a period of months, as the pressure remains low, they will soften and shrink. The collagen cross-links, the wall thickens properly, and the vessel returns closer to its original healthy diameter. Now, let's address the biggest reason people fail with this protocol: inconsistency. You cannot brush your teeth for 3 days straight, stop for a week, and expect to have no cavities. Vein health requires daily maintenance. The secret is habit stacking. Attach your water intake and your heel raises to existing daily routines. Drink a full glass of water immediately when you wake up. Do your 20 heel raises while you wait for your coffee to brew. Small triggers built into your day make compliance effortless over the long haul. Now, let's talk about when home protocols are not enough and you need professional medical intervention. If you develop skin discoloration around the ankle, chronic open sores, or sudden severe pain and swelling in one leg only, stop everything and see a vascular specialist immediately. That can indicate a deep vein thrombosis or advanced venous ulcers.
Natural protocols and modern medicine are not enemies. You can use these steps to support your body even if you are undergoing medical treatment.
In fact, if you've already had surgery, these 5 steps are the only way to prevent those veins from returning 2 years later. Let's bring this all together. Varicose veins are a physical manifestation of a circulatory system under siege. They are not an inevitable punishment of aging or bad genetics that you have to simply sit back and accept. When you give your body the water, the structural support, the movement, and the drainage it desperately needs, it responds. Start today. Implement just one of these steps this week, add the next one the week after, and watch how completely your body changes when you finally give it what it needs.
Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, share this video with someone who needs it,
and grab those daily checklists on my Telegram channel. I'll see you in the next deep dive. Take care of your circulation and take care of yourselves. Goodbye for now.